Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. I am your host, Josh David. I am my boy. I better start that over again.
That was a little rough.
We are live on YouTube here, and we're just gonna a redo here. So let's do it again.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, right? Here we go. Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. My name is Josh Lilquist, and boy, we had a good time in that first segment talking about, a lot of people that are looking and preparing for retirement, different techniques and strategies on how to do that, but also get to those golden years and not spending those golden years at the golden arches. If you did miss seats for that free investing class that we do locally at our academy, you can text the word investing to the number 210-210. That's text investing right now to the number 210-210. This free investing class is for those people that they're not sure if trading investing is what they're looking for, and they want to dip their toe in. They want to see what it's all about. If you're brand new and you want to say, hey, how does the market work? How does it actually function? And what are some of the opportunities out there? This class is for you. We do have another class for people that know they want to get into the financial markets. By the way, to get into that free class, you can text the word investing to the number 210-210. But for this other class, I have a 3-day class that we offer here at the Academy. And this is a 3-day class with one of our professional instructors diving into the strategies, the techniques, supply and demand, what that looks like. We talk about that every single week. They dive into what futures is, Forex, options, stocks, why you would trade those, how to fit that in your proper investment plan for your everyday lifestyle. So if you work during the day, you work in the evening, how to get into the markets confidently. So to get into this class, it's a 3-day class. We have them a couple per month, and you can call right now for 2 seats. This is a $99 class. You can call 888-682-6466. That's call 888-682-6466 for 2 seats. This is for $99. So most people bring their spouse with. That's why we allow 2 seats when you call in right now for this 3-day deep dive into the financial markets. So when you call in, make sure that's what you mention, that you want that 3-day class for $99. Call 888-682-6466. So Al, we talked about a couple different things in that last segment about, people that are looking to get into the market, and you really need to keep your investment strategy simple. So many people can make things complicated. TV makes it complicated on how the market actually works. How the market actually works is actually fairly simple. It's just you're being trained and conditioned to put your hands up and just walk away because people are like, I don't know how it works. Well, let's change that today, Al. So that being said, you help a lot of people create a plan and an investment strategy that's proper, that's is custom for them, based off their time, their schedule, their capital, when they work. I want you to talk about how do you create that plan, and how do you actually customize that for each person specifically?
Yeah, actually, without a plan, Josh, I think you're probably going to be more of a gambler in the markets, and you're going to be guessing and hoping that things turn out. A proper plan should do a couple of things. One is, in that first segment, I mentioned that the real key to being successful is identifying what direction price is going to go for anything you're looking at investing in, and then how far is it going to go to provide a profit for you. That's part of a proper plan. But the other part also is the goal should be to eliminate the fear of losing. So when your strategy gives you a signal to take a trade, it's done without hesitation. You have to be decisive to be successful in these markets. And I think when I know one of my students is going to be successful is when they come in my office and they say to me, you know what, I'm okay with losing because I know my losers are going to be small, my winners will be big, and I don't have to win every trade. A proper strategy should show you how to develop a proper reward to risk ratio. So the more you manage that risk, the fewer winning trades you need to take.
So what does that mean, though? So reward to risk ratio. So does that mean you mentioned you don't have to be right every time,
Correct.
which nobody is. So are you saying your wins are maybe 2 times, 3 times your losers? So let's just say, for an example, if you're right 30% of the time, you should do well or be okay?
You can. What we do when we are teaching our students how to trade is to have them start out by looking at a minimum of a 3-to-1 reward to risk ratio. That should be a minimum. Doesn't mean that that's what you will end up with. It could be more than that, maybe a few times a little less. But if you look at the 3-to-1, it means you can be wrong 75% of the time and break even.
So that
That's
means you're
confidence.
yeah, and that means you're a baseball player. If you
It's
hit 300, you're in the Hall of Fame.
right, right.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's a
so
good
don't
concept.
let that keep you from being a trader or investor. But get the right education so you know how to use that reward to risk ratio properly. And part of the way that that's successful is using a strategy that's going to show you or help you identify the direction price is going to go. And then the profit, that's how far it's going to go from where it turns to where your profit target should be. That's the profit that you will realize in that particular trade.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because as a baseball player, as I mentioned, you hit 300, you're in the Hall of Fame, and people are like, "Well, that's normal." Well, in the markets, it's the same thing, but it's consistency. You
Right.
look at Derek Jeter. He retired from the New York Yankees. You know, some of our fans are on here, Colorado fans, and especially Minnesota fans, probably might not might like that very much. But the fact of the matter is, he's going to be a Hall of Fame shortstop for I forget. I think he played 18 years or many years because he
Right.
was consistently
Right.
right around that 300 mark. I believe he was in the 298 mark if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to look that up for you guys. But it's just that consistent strategy with big wins and small losses. And not that home run or not that lottery ticket and that's what some people think. It's actually a lottery ticket to be doing well. Well, as long as you keep your winners bigger, your losers smaller, and build consistency on the market, that's the plan for success.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of listeners, Al, that are looking for that plan, that need help with that plan. You actually explain what that plan is in these free investing classes that we do local at our academies. So people, to get started, all you have to do is text in for 2 seats for this free class. In that class, you're also going to get some free stock picks and a financial quick start kit that has those free stock picks. So text the word investing to the number 210-210. That's text investing to the number 210-210 for 2 seats for this free investing class, local right here at our academy. So with a plan, Al, you're alluding to that plan for success.
Mm-hmm.
And success is different for everybody. I think we talked about this a little bit last week. Some people it's monetary. Some people it's lifestyle. Some people want more time with their families. So what does trading and investing give you as a person? And that's part of that plan is discovering that. What are you looking for in the markets? Do you need more time? Are you tired of working, 1, 2, 3 jobs or even working one job, but 60 hours a week? We see a lot of people, very well-off people work a lot of hours.
Sure.
And they are looking to kind of dial back. So how do you create and help people, and stay on this topic of a plan, have a plan for more income strategies during those working years?
Yeah, well, first of all, that plan, look at taking a trip. When you're going to take a vacation, do you just get in your car and start driving without any goal in mind, not knowing where you're going to end up? Probably not. And the same thing is true in investing and trading. You need to have a goal. Where do you want to end up? Where's your destination? Once you identify that, then you can look at the right assets, the right strategies to plug in to help you get to that point. And for a lot of people, it means generating additional cash right now, especially now with inflation at 40-year highs. The cost of everything has gone up, and that's really impacted a lot of people in how they live, what their lifestyle is, what their future lifestyle is going to be. And one way to make sure that you have the freedom to make choices you want to do and get to that destination is to be able to generate additional income. That is not the kind of strategy that Wall Street is putting people in. That is more of a long-term strategy. It's something that you're told this is a buy and hold situation where your portfolio should be held on to for 10 or 20 years. You've got this time so you can go through corrections and crashes, and after a 15, 20, 30-year time period, you should be up, your portfolio should be up in value. Well, what if you need money now? What if the bills that you are receiving every day or every week are exceeding the money that's coming in? And we talked about this before, Josh, where over 60% of the people in this country live paycheck to paycheck, and that includes 49% of the people that make over $100,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
So that additional income component is really critical at this particular time. And really what it comes down to is you want to have your money make money for you. You want to spend the money that your money is making, not the money that you're making, because that's going to run out. So, how do you do that? How do you generate income maybe off of the money that you have, off of the investments you have? Or how do you use the right investments to create that additional cash? First of all, they have to be short term in nature. In other words, you get in and you get out in a relatively short period of time. For some people, that can be just a few days. For some people, it could be a few weeks or a few months, but not decades, not a few decades. And there are assets and strategies that are used for that. We talk about the financial markets. Most people think we're just talking about stock or bonds. That's what they know. That's what they're familiar with. But there are other components to it. You've got, real estate's part of the financial markets, but you've also got the futures market, the foreign exchange market, the options market. Those can be used for short-term and mid-term cash generation. And those are strategies that not only are short-term in nature, but they also have one really huge benefit, and that's leverage. You can put a portfolio together where for every dollar you invest in something, you are going to buy a dollar's worth of something. That's what the typical public trader investor does. But what if you could invest in something that your dollar had a multiple? So every dollar you invested maybe would allow you to participate in something worth 100,000 or 50,000. What about returns? Well, the assets that we're talking about, those leveraged assets, the short-term assets, also have high potential reward compared to just looking at individual stocks. Just kind of as a rule of thumb, if you're looking at options, if you do options, which is it's a contract on an underlying, in other words, like a stock, you can do an options contract on a particular stock or an index. And if that stock is up 10%, rule of thumb is that the option will probably be up 100% or more. So, just look at the difference in the kinds of returns you can get, the potential returns you can get, if you know how to use these assets and know when to use them. And each person may be a little different as to which one is most beneficial to them. But again, it gets down to make money off of the money that you're making. Spend the money that you're making off of your money, not the money that you're earning, because that's going to run out at some point in time. And also, the sooner you start doing this, and the sooner you have additional cash either to spend or invest, especially from an investing standpoint, you can take advantage of the power of compounding. Really, what we're talking about there in very simple terms is that every dollar invested today becomes a generator of new dollars. So look at each dollar as kind of like a little money machine that over the course of time can double, triple, quadruple. Maybe a dollar now in 20 or 30 years becomes $1,000. That's the power of compounding. But in order to do that, you have to have the additional cash to invest. That's where these strategies come in. And that's why the majority of the students that come to these classes, Josh, end up wanting to learn more about and learn how to invest in futures, Forex, and options. And they realize that for a lot of them, equities, stocks are probably not the best asset for them to be trading.
Yeah, it's just more opportunities that are out there that most people don't even know. We talk a lot about the TV and what that shows. It's showing people what they want the public to do. So those are great topics, using leverage, being more efficient with your capital, strategies to do that. But also 24-hour markets, futures and Forex open 24 hours a day. So if people work during the day, they have the opportunity to trade at night. And going back to my baseball reference, I wanted to clarify Derek Jeter's average was 310 over his lifetime, having about 3,465 hits over his career and only 260 home runs. To put this in perspective, Derek Jeter's in the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds is not in the Hall of Fame. He had 762 home runs. So there's probably some other reasons why he's not in the Hall of Fame, but great baseball player. And he only had 2,935 hits. So consistency in the stock market, in the markets, is what get people more longevity in the markets. And that's why Derek Jeter played so long. He had more consistency. He was consistent with his hitting and just an overall stand-up guy. So that being said, I want to make sure people get tickets to this investing class. Congratulations to everybody that's texted in right now. A lot of people texting in for this free class. Big topic this week. Text the word right now, investing. Text the word investing to the number 210. This for 2 seats for this free investing class to learn more about these leveraged assets, stocks, options, futures, Forex, what you can do in a 24-hour market, how to trade in the evening. So then potentially you have an income strategy at night. Text the word investing to the number 210 for 2 seats right now. Coming up next, stay tuned. We're going to talk about retirement strategies, 401k and IRA, and how to live those golden years away from the golden arches. This is Josh and Al. We'll be right back.